We make our mark on this world in a lot of different ways. And we leave behind traces of our existence by etching and pressing our ideas into stone. These are not pieces of graffiti either. This slideshow and this archive of these marks are all that is left of some of these works. A lot of these marks are made by family members, not my family members, but family members of this city that I live in. These dates go back to the early 20s, to some of the roads and infrastructures of the earliest constructions of Los Angeles. When I first started seeing these things, I had never seen anything like this before. I lived in New York for many, many, many years, till I was 27, in fact. And in 1998, I moved to Los Angeles and got into construction with my older brother. And as I went from job site to job site to job site to job site, I started seeing these marks left historically in concrete. And as I started to notice these things, it dawned on me that many of these people were not among us anymore. And as a student of ancient history, looking at the hieroglyphs of Egypt, seeing the carved letters in Rome and throughout the world, I felt compelled, deeply compelled, to record these marks. These sidewalks, these streets, these curb lines that are under our feet every single day, that we drive past at speed, unnoticed. These are marks of humanity by people that were concerned about pressing their legacy into the future. They wanted these things to be known to others. These were marks of love, of compassion, and of duty. They were records of industry, proofs and certifications of inspection, and of love. I couldn't pass up this opportunity to make sure that these things were recorded. I saw far too many of them broken, worn out, these marks must be remembered. This is not about recording the trademarks, logos, and graffiti. This is about remembering that we have been here. Many of these are pressings of people that were supporting families, ensuring lives, keeping roofs above other people's heads. They can't be lost. They mustn't be lost. I also made it a practice that whenever possible, I would leave the edge of my foot in many of these shots, almost as a signature that I witnessed these. And yes, that may be an arrogant thing to say, but the juxtaposition of my recording these marks, I think, obliterates such a notion. These are pressed into stone, recorded for as long as these things will last. These names are echoed. Beverly Hills, 1964. CS, the year 2000. I don't even know who many of these people were. There are 200 plus images in this album. And if you take a close look and rewatch this, you'll see these names over and over again. And I'm not photographing the same images either. These were work crews that were all over this city. Generations of construction companies. Secondary markings of named inspectors that worked to achieve that role, to ensure that these things were done properly. Markings of tires of bicycles that probably have rusted into oblivion, thrown into trash heaps. Friendships, groups of people. Who were they? Why did they? 1925, the men who made this mark and built this curb carried their own water in glass bottles up roads that probably didn't even have vehicle access. Now, this is legacy. This is important. I would see some of these things and be at a complete loss for words. Who was J.B. Hard, Inspector? E.J. O'Shea, or O'Shea. (1938) D.P. 1986. Some of these are barely legible. Who was E.M.? Were they remembered for their glasses? Did they just receive them? Who was Dano? These are family. This is a whole family right there. Glendale, California. B.F. Reed. Almost illegible. E. Sherlock, does that say? (3/27/2012). 5/31/80. Boo Boo, 1975. Nikki, 1977. Remember, make your mark, etch it into history. This is what the legendary speeches were really all about. Immortality is an endeavor of the race, of the species, of humanity. Sally, Alan, Bill and Julie. This mark has lasted longer than their relationship, perhaps. The sun rising and falling on these marks. Mr. Brady, Inspector. Half covered, gone, 1920 something, 8 perhaps? Van Nuys Boulevard. Thank you, W.A. Clark. Look at some of these labels. These were made by a rack of steel letters in a steel frame, dropped onto the concrete, rinsed with water, and pulled gently away. Etched rebelliously into fresh concrete. Tal and John. I saw so many. Who was the Midway crew? How long after these footprints were made did that dog live? Who owned it? (12/24/1947). Christmas Eve. Terry H., 1982. Or is that Jerry H.? This one, completely covered. A handprint in the concrete, gone. Don't look up. Look down. Here's my mark. Do you see me? I've done this. You know, there were moments in my life when I saw these things where I was feeling lonely and isolated, potentially unremembered, and it would bring me to tears. Were those dog prints? Are those cat prints? Does it even matter? I can't even read that name anymore. To Dad and Mom from John, 1985. Tom and Mina, 1969, does it say? Or is that 09? Gordon, City Inspector. That is etched into concrete. That's not photoshopped. That somebody drew that into concrete. Go Angels. 5/3/1937. We all sin differently. And in 2001, they hearted each other. Roman numerals just to nail it home. (1958). Bacon and eggs, baby. MD85. Where are you now? Tom and Grace, April Fool's Day, 2002. Tom and Amanda, 2003. Is this another Tom or the same one? Lewis and Swessy, 1942. Yep. Over by the Griffith Observatory. That's right, 1953. No name, just the date. Was this before or after the Roswell crash? Before or after? Had KB of the United States Air Force seen Star Wars yet? In 2002, some child put that in the concrete. And someone marked their dog's prints in the concrete in 2002 as well, in another part of town. CRS did that in 1978. Had they seen Star Wars? Had they seen Close Encounters? ABC Construction Company. Joanne and Barron, class of 1990. Thank you, Marcius Brothers, 1957. And And in 1986, they made their mark. A little bit of anger there. And some love over there. Anita and Sandy in 1954. Girlfriends, best friends, who cares? This is the crew of an IHOP in West Hollywood. Inspected by F.C. Blake. Joe was here in 1988. Nikita and Kimber. J.A. Thompson Constructors. North Pacific Construction Contractors, 1926. This is all important. It's important to leave your mark in this world. 22 minutes, and I don't even know how much further I have to go. 1175. No identity. Cut away, possibly to do tar work. Buckeye Construction Company Incorporated, 1957. Little Wiccan Trinity there. J.A. Thompson, 1930. Another one by Oswald Brothers. George and Brenda. Those are some tiny feet. Another one by J.A. Thompson. (1937). Hey, Harold. (1946). Can't even read the person's name anymore. There's some 13s. Bob, Mota, and Pete. Was that a band name? Did they ever record? I hope you're starting to feel the tickle of how joyous this all really is. Those are probably some early Converses there in 1979. C.W. Sparks, 1926. I mean, look at all of them. How many names is that? I don't even see a date. What is it, 1970? Nice little kitty cat. And what is that? 10 lives? Somebody marking somebody's death? Raleigh Construction Company, 1959. Another one by the old Oswald brothers a year before, 1927. Truly, truly remarkable. 1953. Those naked little feet. Look how tiny they are. Another one from Beverly Hills, 1983. God, I was 14 or 15 years old. 1971, I was barely 2. (2014), 2 years after the alleged 2012 event. Look how clear that is from 1928. Thank you for inspecting, sir. Mr. Brody? Or Brady was it again? 1970, that's a real peace symbol there, kids. Thank you, Bosnack, 1939. Thank you, Griffith Company, 1929. Almost illegible, 1926. Yep, that's a duplicate. Another day, marked by rain. This one's almost gone. Construction work, repair, almost obliterated it. (2/28, 1997). Another one of this IHOP on a better day, a little more visible this time. And if some of these are duplicates, it's because I was working in that area again and tried to record it again. DBM 1990. J.H. Koch, 1928. That's a little more legible this time. Thank you for inspecting, Mr. Morrison. (1983), Todd. God, those hands are so tiny. And what is that, a bicycle wheel or a baby cart? Merkay wins. Thank you, Myers Brothers. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Another one by the Tomei Company. (1978-75), GOM or GJM. Here's one for Jeremy, June 75. Have a good summer. All over this city. If you see them in your city, go out there and record them. They made the effort to record them. Record them again. Put them into the digital landscape. These city streets will get covered, altered, transformed. These things should and must be remembered. And let's not forget, These are just the ones that I captured. How many of them have been lost forever? How many times were they cut out of the street? That's two symbols of female of Venus. And if you look at the dates, it's just remarkable. That painting will be permanent for quite some time, but not forever. Beverly Hills, 1983. 2002 TS. Game of tic-tac-toe, permanent. Juan and Randy and Brenda, 1989. I think I'll light up to honor them with a little smoke. So many names. 1929. 1935. And then Barnett. And he made his mark for August 5th. Another one by the Tomei Company, 1929. And this one, 1927, by Peck Contractor. Related possibly to Gregory Peck, perhaps? In Hollywood, who knows? Was that his dad? A cousin? A brother? Look at how beautiful that is. 1952. So proud. Gilchrist and Hatch. You know, they don't do this anymore. Liability destroyed this form of legacy. And the only remnants of it into the modern age are telephone companies and graffiti. How poetic is that? Thank you, George. I had to throw water on this one just to even see that it was there. Thank you, Ford Construction Company. 1920 something, 9 perhaps. Thank you, Construction Company, 1927. $1925, that probably is. Someone and Holt. R.D. Cayley. No date, probably from the 20s though. Another inspection by Mr. Brady. I love these gang ones where it's just a whole list of characters from 1983. Hey, shout out to anybody who sees this video and knows the person that made these marks. Next time they change that sign, that'll be gone. Shout out to all the pets and local stray animals that made these marks, by accident perhaps. Some of these are just so beautiful. Just the labels alone are so handcrafted, Mr. Whitehead. Here's another gang from September 22nd, 1977. 1939. Another one by the Oswald brothers. These guys were all over the city. TC, 1989. J.A. Thompson, again, 1944. And a secondary mark by Burnett or Bernie, 1950. Another lovers group, perhaps. Hey, KLM. Summer of 77. And the stamp didn't have the day and the month either. That was hand done. Hey, Jerry and Jean, 1974. I hope it was good. What's up, gang? Another one by Thomas Thompson, 1947. Thompson and Son, 1950. Raised that boy, brought him into the fold. Look at that, 1968. Yeah. That was White Album years, baby. Can you imagine? $1981, Tony Mack. Yep, that's his square, Mr. JJ. Rock those four corners. Just rock them. Another one by the Meyer brothers. It's up there, DA. March 15th, 1947. Dave, 1947. H&H, 1947. Claude Fisher Company, 1927. And look at that bird just walked across there. That's how wet that concrete was. Thank you for watching, kids. I'm going to back this out because I want to show you something. And that's where all those shots are located. I've been to all those locations and did construction work at various times over the course. Over the course of the years since 1998 when I moved here, all the way up to present day, and I'm still adding to this catalog. But that's it for now. 41 minutes and counting. Thank you.